Good morning, students. So, our today's session topic is verb tenses. Means how the verb varies in different type of tenses. As you all know that there are three types of tenses. Those are present, past, and future. Again, in these three types, four types are subdivided. Yes, sir. That is simple, progressive or continuous, and perfect tense. Last one is perfect continuous or perfect progressive. Okay. Now, verb tense tells you when the action happens. When the action happens means that whether the action is happened in the past or in present or if it is in future. Next, there are three main verb tenses. What are those? Present, past, and future. Each main tense is divided into again four types. I already told you those are simple, continuous or progressive, perfect and perfect progressive or perfect continuous tenses. Okay. Now I have given you a table of an outlook of how the verb varies for different type of tenses. Okay. Let us discuss now how the verb varies in present, past, future according to these four types. Okay. See, when the sentence is in simple present, then we use V1, first form of verb or base form of verb, that is finish. Next, when the sentence is in simple past, we use second form of verb. Remember, okay? So this is V2, finished. And when the sentence is in simple future, we use will plus V1, means will or shall plus base form of verb. Will finish or shall finish according to the subject. Next, for example, if the tense is in present continuous, okay, present continuous, then we use the helping verbs. Those are am, is, are plus V1 ing, means verb ing form. Just concentrate and note down this point that for continuous tenses, ing form is used in each and every case. Okay, ing form is used, and just helping verbs will be changed. Okay, helping verbs are changed, but V1 ing is used in each and every case. So present continuous, am, is, are plus V ing form. Next, past continuous, helping verbs are was, were plus V ing form. And in future, will or shall be plus V ing form. Okay. Next, for present perfect tense, has or have plus V third. V third form is used. Has or have plus finished. Next, for past perfect, we use had. Here has or have, but here had plus V third. Next, for future perfect, we use will have or shall have plus V third. Understand? Next, the last one, present perfect continuous. In present perfect continuous, we use has or have and being plus VING. Here also same. When there is continuous, VING will appear. It means for present participle form, finishing or deciding, completing, running, cleaning, eating, like that. Okay. Has or have been, finishing. Here past perfect continuous, had been, finishing. Next, in future perfect continuous, will have been or shall have been, finishing. Okay. Just this is an outlook, and in next slides we will discuss clearly about how the verbs are varied in different type of tenses. Now simple present. Remember things to remember about simple present. Sorry, simple tense. Things to remember about simple tense. Simple tense means there are three types of simple tense. What are those? What are they? First one is simple present. Second one is simple past. Third one is simple future. So there are three types. Yes or no? First one, simple present. In present tense, we use original verb form. What is original verb form? For example, I will give you some of the verbs, tell me which are original verbs. Okay, accept, accepted, accepted. Live, lived, lived. Next, run, run, run. Eat, ate, eaten. Take, took, taken. Here the first one, accept, take, give, live, run, eat. These are called original forms or base form of verbs, otherwise root form of verb. Okay, so in simple present we use V1. You must know about V1, V2 and V3, how they are converted. Okay, you have to learn these, memorize these all form of verbs. Understand? Okay, next, past tense. Past tense has a few patterns. Few patterns means, already told you, in simple past we use V second. In simple past we use V second. V1 is used in simple present, V2 is used in simple past. And here, to know about V second form, we must follow some patterns. What are those patterns? For example, if I take one verb, that is complete. If I take complete, what is V second of complete? It is completed. And what is V second of decide? It is decided. And what is V second of eat? It is ate. See here, if you observe first two verbs, just we have added ed, yes or no? But here the third verb, that is eat, it has been changed completely, that it becomes ate, while we are writing it in V second form. So there are this type of few patterns that we have to memorize or we have to remember. Next, future tense means will or shall plus original form. Will come, shall come, or will complete, will reach. Okay, so only original base form is used, but before that, in future, we use will or shall. Is that clear? Next, I have given some of the examples for simple present tense, how the sentences are formed, and not only simple present, past and future also. Okay, let us see these sentences. Now, in these three sentences, I have used the verb run. Okay, and listen. First one, I run a marathon twice a year. I run a marathon. Subject plus V1 plus object. Subject plus V1 plus object means the sentence is in the form of simple present tense. Yes or no? It follows the structure of simple present. So when there is subject plus V1 plus object, here V1 is run. Okay, and next, and simple present is used for daily routines or habits or general things which do not change. Okay, so here twice a year means I run a marathon twice a year, means I participate in a marathon race or in a running race twice a year. Okay, this is a general thing, it will not be changed. Yes or no? So next, I ran a marathon last year. Means last year means this sentence indicates the past action. Yes or no? It's over. So I ran a marathon last year. Here I ran a running race in last year. So subject plus V2, run, ran, run. So V second form of run is ran. So I ran a marathon last year. So this is in simple past. That is why we use the verb V second here. Next, I will run a marathon next year. It means it is not finished. It is going to be happen. Sir, it is going to happen in future. So in this type of cases we use will or shall plus run, V1. So in this way, simple present, simple past and simple future sentences are varied. Means verb forms are varied in three different types. Next, look at the second verb, eat. I eat lunch in my office. Means this is daily routine. Means not only today, not only tomorrow, not only yesterday. I eat my lunch in office daily. So in this case we use simple present tense and I eat lunch. Subject plus V1 plus object. Eat is the base form of verb. Yes or no? So this is simple present. And what is second form of eat? Ate. I ate lunch an hour ago. Means it is over. It is already happened in the past. So I use simple past. Subject plus V2 plus object. I ate lunch an hour ago. Next, I will eat lunch in 1 hour. Means it is not happened. It is going to happen in future. So that is why will or shall plus V1 in 1 hour. Next, see. I see a movie once a week. I saw a movie yesterday. I will see a movie tomorrow. Observe these three sentences. Simple present, simple past and simple future. Next. I know it. I knew it the day before yesterday. I will know it by tomorrow. So three sentences indicates three different type of tenses. First one is simple present, simple past and simple future. Next, I learn English. I learned English the last 2 years. I will learn English next year. So these three sentences also indicates simple present first one, simple past second one and simple future third. I cook my supper every night. Means I cook my this we can call it as dinner. Okay? Means I cook my supper every night. I cooked a dinner already. I will cook breakfast tomorrow. Okay? Next. Here detailed explanation is there how the simple present tense is used. Means when do we use simple present tense? Okay? Just look at this point now. Simple present is used to express repeated or unchanging actions. Means daily going on actions or daily routines. The action can be a habit, recurring event, emotion or wish. Daily routine action means, for example, I wake up daily at 6 a.m. in the morning. I wake up daily at 6 a.m. in the morning means today I will wake up. Means today I woke up, tomorrow I will wake up and day after tomorrow. Every day it is going on, yes sir. So that is why it becomes an unchanging action or repeated action. So we use simple present for this type of cases. Means in these cases. Next, simple present is not used to express actions that are happening now, right now. For example, if I am teaching English now, I cannot say I teach English because I teach English now. So that is wrong, because when the action is going on at this moment, we use present continuous, not simple present. See, why did I mention this point here? Because most of the students use simple present for the actions which are going at this moment. Okay, that is why I mentioned this point here. Okay. Next, simple present basic form means in simple present the verb form is basic form or original verb we used V1. Okay, first form of verb we used. Next, for verbs ending in consonants or E means whatever the verbs, if we take, if the last letter is E, in the verbs, if the last letter is E, just add yes to the end of the verb. How means? In simple present only, that is in simple present only, when the subject is I, you, we, they. It means, for example, I'll take this example. I teach English. Here the subject is I. In this sentence, subject is I and V1 is teach, English is an object. So the subject is I, so we cannot add any yes or yes to the verb. Directly I can say I teach English. That's it. I cannot say I teaches English and all because it is wrong. And when the subject in the sentence is he, she, it or any name, singular name, then we must add yes or yes to the verb. That too for simple present tense. In the same way, if the example is written like this, he teach English. This is wrong, because if the subject is he, we must add s or es to the verb. He teaches English, then it is correct. Okay, he teaches English. We cannot say that he teach English, and we cannot say the same as I teaches English. That is wrong. Clear? When the subject is he, she or it, then only we add s or es. When the subject is I, you, we and they, we don't add s or es to the verb. That too in simple present tense. And here, what is this point? For verbs ending in consonants or e. Consonants means k is consonant, and here also k is consonant, y is also consonant, d is also consonant. So when the last letter is consonant or when the last letter is e, then we add only s. Means only s is enough. See, for the subjects he, she and it, we add walk becomes walks, and live become lives, see become sees. For these subjects only, remember, for these subjects no need to add s or es to the verbs, but here for he, she and it, you must add s or es to the subject. And if the last letter is consonant, what are consonants and what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. These are vowels, and the letters which are other than vowels are consonants. So K is a consonant, E is vowel, or already I have mentioned, if E is the last letter or any consonant is there, we add s to the verb for the subjects he, she and it, and that too it for simple present tense sentences. Understand? Next, so here for subjects, if he, she, it is there, walk becomes walks, live become lives. Let us take one more example. I speak English. Here subject is I, so I have not added s to it. Okay, I speak English, that's it. For example, in place of I, if I put she is there, then if I say the sentence like this, she speak English, then it is wrong. You must add s to it. She speaks English. If you add s, then only it will be correct. Understand? Next, see, there are examples given clearly that I walk to school. Here I is the subject, so I have not added s here. But if he is the subject, s is added. He walks to school. And look at the structure of the sentence: subject plus V1 plus object. Here also subject plus V1 plus object. But in addition to this verb, s is added. S is there, yes sir? So because subject is he. Next, we live in a house. Look at this table. We is there, so I have not added s here. But he, she, it is there, I have added s. So we live in a house. She lives in a house. She lives in a house. Next, they see a dog. The dog sees a bone. The dog means it is a singular and it is a noun or pronoun, we can call it as. So when there is third person singular, we use s or s. Next, I speak Spanish. She speaks Spanish. Next, the children play in the park. The child plays in the park. The children means it is plural. For plural verbs, for plural subjects, we don't add s or es to the verb. If it is singular, means ekvachan, we use s or es to the verb. Yeah. Okay. Next, simple present additional forms. Additional forms means one rule is there: when the last letter is consonant or ends with letter e, then we add only s to it. Yes, sir. But here, for subjects he, she or it, if the verb ends in, means for the subjects he, she and it, and if the verb ends in, if the last word, if the last letter of the verb is o or x or sh or ch or SS. SS means see here, miss. SS. So for this type of, if the last letter of the verb is O, X, SH, CH or SS, then we add ES. In the previous case, we added only S. Yes or no? But here we add ES if the last letter is among this to the end of the verb. How means, if you look at this table, you will understand. Go. Here, O is the last letter. That is why I have added ES to it. Goes. And this rule is only stick when the subject is he, she or it. Understand? Next, watch. CH is there, so watches. Next, miss. SS is there, so misses. Next, fix. Fixes. Wash. Washes. Next, look at these examples now. He goes to school. Next, she watches TV. Subject, look at the subject. All the subjects are third person singulars. I explained what is third person singular. Okay? Next, she watches TV. She misses her mom. Bindu fixes the stove. Jagan washes his car. Okay? So here ES means ES is added. Next, one more rule is there in simple present. In simple present, additional forms, there is one more rule. For subjects, the same. He, she, or it, or any other names like Jagan, Bindu, like that. If names are there, and if the verb is a consonant, means consonant plus y. Here D is a consonant plus y. Yes or no? Consonant plus y, then it becomes consonant plus I, consonant plus I plus ES. So remember, when the consonant plus y is there, then consonant plus I plus ES. Okay? Consonant plus I plus ES. That is, study changes to studies. IES. Just we removed y, and in place of y, I added ES also. Understand? Next, change the y to I. I have changed it, and add ES. I have added. Next, if the verb ends in a vowel, vowel means here consonant is there, but here vowel is there. A is vowel, yes sir? Vowel plus y, vowel plus y. Then it becomes vowel plus y plus s. Directly vowel plus y plus s. No need of I, E, S and R. Okay, remember this. So look at these examples now. Study, studies. Try means consonant plus y. Consonant plus y, it changes to consonant, that is R, I, R plus I plus ES. Tries. Okay? And dries. Here, if you look at this, vowel plus y, vowel plus y, vowel plus y, and vowel plus y. Directly play becomes plays, stay becomes stays, buy becomes buys. And in a subject, if the in a sentence, if the subject is he, she, or it. Understand? Next, look at these examples now. He studies English. She plays soccer. The boy dries the dishes. She buys candy, and he stays home. Okay? These are the examples, and verb varies according to the subject in a simple present. Tomorrow we will discuss simple past and simple future and remaining all tenses, how the verbs are varied. Okay? Thank you.